Okay, in this video we'll talk about how to add a reverse gable here to a home so that you can see we have a garage with a reverse gable coming into the main house roof. So we'll go ahead and show you how to set up the main house roof and then that reverse gable and get it to join up. You can see that I have a home here with the roof removed, and we can go ahead and start drawing in the roof. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my first floor so I can work off the walls, but I'm going to set that level so that I'm not working off that level. In fact, let's go ahead and take a look at the levels. The porch roof and all the roofs will actually line up at the same level because all of these roofs are going to be truss roofed. So we're not going to get involved in a lot of the technical aspects of the design of the trusses. That's actually roofs to be designed and engineered by the truss manufacturer, not us. But we are going to draw it in so we can show what it's going to look like. So here we're going to set this at 9'1" as the top plate for our trusses. So we can go back here to the first floor, and now we can start working on that layout. So from here, what I'll do is grab the architecture tab, come over here to the roof, grab roof by footprint, and then as I come over here, I want to take a look at the roof that I'm going to work with. Now, the roof I'm going to work with here is going to be a structural roof. This is going to have different layers to it. It's going to be an asphalt shingle roof. You can see structure one is asphalt shingles, 1/2 inch thick. And I'm not really worried about the rest of the layers, underlayments and the like, because the next thing structural is going to be that 7/16 OSB sheeting, generally 1/2 inch here thick in thickness, and then a 2x4 stud for the truss. Now, trusses, if you remember from us talking about this, are 3.5 inches, designed with 3.5 inch lumber, 2x4 lumber, and the like, and then are built up with gusset plates and webs and the like to give it its structural integrity. So that's what we're going to work with. Hit OK there, and then we'll come back out here, hit OK again. Now we're ready to start drawing the outside. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set this overhang up here. Make sure this is set to 12 inches or 1 foot, all right, so that you have that overhang in position. Then you're going to grab your line tool here off of your draw bar for your roof, and I want to zoom in and I want to draw. So my overhang, whoop, I lost my overhang. So my overhang is 12 inches away from my sheeting face. So right now I'm on my sheeting face right here, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start drawing, okay, on my sheeting face. And you can see I clicked on the sheeting face, and then that purple line is now drawing 1 foot away. And that's exactly what I want. So I'm going to slide all the way down to the other side of the house, and I'm going to find that sheeting face layer, click again, and notice it's still going to keep being offset there for me. Now as I come down here, I don't know exactly where this layer is. I can't zoom in close enough to see it, but I'm going to kind of eyeball this and line it up, and then I'm going to click. Now, by doing that, I know I'm going to be close or maybe close, and looking at this going, I'm way off, so I'm just going to hit escape. I'm going to start a new line. Now I'm going to start that new line down here again on that sheeting layer. Find that layer right there, click, and keep going. Make sure my offset's set. It's good. Coming all the way across here. Zooming in, making sure I grab that sheeting layer again, and then slide up to the end of the house. Now, I could finish it off by clicking here, or I'm just going to come here and I'm going to finish it here. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because now I want to use this neat tool. I'm going to hit escape twice, grab the line. I'm going to grab this tool right here, trim, extend to corner. I'm going to click on this line and then this line. The reason I like this so much is because this little situation down here, it works great with it because I know I'm 1 foot away from the house here. So I select that line, slide over here and grab this line, and it cleans it all up for me. So it's a really helpful tool. Now, I know that I'm going to do an 8/12 pitch, and I know it's a hipped roof, so all sides are going to have slopes. So I'm going to hit escape. I'm going to come over here to my roofing information, make this an 8/12 roof. And then right now I'm also going to set this up so that the base offset from layer is 0. And that my base level is going to be set to the TOP. This is the top plate for the first floor. So with that all set up and looking like it's in position, we're going to go ahead and hit the green check. And then jump out here to 3D and see what we have going on here. It looks like we got ourselves a roof that is sitting on top of the walls for the house. That's what we need. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start working on the garage. Okay, we'll do the exact same thing again. We'll go back to the first floor, and we're going to grab another roof. So we're going to start a new roof. Again, grab my line tool, set my overhang, so 12-inch overhang, zoom in, and then we're going to go ahead and draw from that sheathing layer. Again, you can see that purple line is offset the house And we're going to come down, and then I'm looking to see where is that sheathing layer going to pop up here. Where is it going to pop up? So it doesn't seem like it's giving me a nice clean layer. So I'm going to come back up here and click. All right, I'm going to stop the line, start the line again, make sure it's 1 foot offset, and find a point on the sheathing layer I can lock to, and keep working my way around the house. Where's a point here it's going to work to? There you go. All right, and then escape off, start the line again, make sure I'm offset 1 foot, and then I'm going to go ahead and keep drawing around. Okay, now up here at the house, not really concerned about the overhang or where it's going to end up, because once I get up here to the house, this is going to end up joining in, so it really doesn't really matter what happens here. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a line. I'm going to grab that trim tool. Got to close these up so I have a nice closed loop so that I can make this roof, and I just close up my corners. All right, they're all set. Now let's get rid of this slope because I don't need slope here anymore. So we'll get rid of this checkbox up here for define slope. And then let's also make sure this is going on the right layer, which is TOP, base offset 0, and let's make our roof. So save project. We're just going to don't save at this time. All right, so now we should have a roof. Let's go take a look at it and see what we got. Now, did we change the slope? Because it's the first thing. That slope needs to meet up with the house, and it doesn't look like it's going to meet up. So now I can just click on this roof and change the slope here in 3D so we can see how that adjusts. Come back in, and now that adjusts. All right, so now we're ready to join these together because obviously this isn't going to work. So we're going to go ahead and say, I want this to join to here. So I click on this roof. I go ahead and I grab this tool here, join unjoin roof, and I select the edge of the roof. So I'm going to grab this top edge of the roof right there. Whoops. Do this again. Grab that join tool, grab that top edge of the roof right here. Good, got it. And then I want to grab this face, as it highlights right here, this face of the main roof. And you can see they jump into position together. Now, sometimes there's some issues with this occurring, just making sure that things are at the right levels and things are working the right spots. Go back and check that if you don't get a nice clean look. Now, if we wanted to have a straight gable end here, we can still go back in and edit this. We can go into edit footprint. And then we can click on this purple line and we can remove the slope from that line right here and then hit the green check. And of course, there you go. Now we have a gabled end. That would allow us to take this front wall and say, I want you to attach to the roof, and it should slide on up there to the top. Okay, let's jump back over here and we can now work on this reverse gable on the house and probably then start talking about the porch. And then this is a shed. Little shed slope here that joins all of this together in the middle. All right, so we'll get this one and then move from that point. Okay, so we'll do the exact same thing here. We're going to go back here to our level 1. And we're working over here on that level 1. So we'll grab my architecture tab, roof tool, making sure we're still working on that same roof, 2x4 sheeting. Yep, got the same thing going on here. Set this level first. TOP, base offset 0, grab my line tool, and again, doesn't matter really too much here on the back side, but I am going to be on that sheathing layer. Oh, have no offset. Set up my offset, and that jumps over for me, making sure that's in position. Sliding down to the corner, and still working my way around. This comes over here to this corner. Whoops, keep jumping to different places here, don't want that. Let's get it back out, make sure we're doing this accurately. So you got a little tiny line there. That'll cause a problem later. So come back out here and draw this in. Oh, set that overhang. There you go. Make sure we're getting to the right spot. It doesn't seem like it's wanting to jump to there. So we're just going to drop that short. Again, we'll stop. We'll start the line again. And then we'll see if we can start there from this sheathing layer. There we go. And we'll just come back up here to the house. So make sure you're on that layer, always important, and then we'll come over and close this up. Select the line, get rid of that slope in the back, we don't need it. Go ahead and grab our connecting tool here, connect up our corners, they're all set and good. And we'll set this slope also, make that an 812 because everything should be the same. That's all set and good. Oh, one more corner I missed. There you go. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and hit that green check and come back out and look at this in 3D. So we can see this is coming, it's actually riding over top of the roof here. So we're going to turn, see if I can grab an edge somewhere. Doesn't look like I can see that edge yet. So what I'm going to do so I can get a hold of that edge is in this 3D mode, I'm just going to pull this line forward. All right, just like that. And now I can see the edge nice and clean and clear. So I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to grab my roof. I'm going to grab my roof join tool. I'm going to select an edge, and I'm going to click on the face it's going to join to, and then it slides and jumps together. Always love it when that works. Okay, so to get started on the next portion of this house, where we're going to go ahead and work on, let's see, the porch and then this little shed, then we should probably go ahead and put this porch roof on next. Okay, so we can probably go ahead and put the porch roof on, and then we can go ahead and add the beam underneath of that afterwards. But just so we know where we're going to be drawing from and how this is going to get set up, let's take a look at the section here. This is for the back porch. But all porches should be done the same way, in that you're going to have a line from basically the front edge of your footer here. You're going to go straight up, and that line is going to be the outside edge of that beam, so that all your structural load is stacking down, and that's going to come up, and that's where you're going to pull that 1 foot overhang from, so you can really work off of the foundation at that point in time. So we can do that knowing where that overhang is going to end up. So we can jump back here to our 3D view. Knowing what we're going to do, we can now go ahead and start drawing. So let's go back to the first floor, because we need to have some walls to work off of also, lined up with that footer. So what I think I might do is actually work off of that basement floor plan here. Jump into here, and I'll use this to line up my roof. So now I'll go back to architecture, go to roof, make sure I'm using the right roof, make sure that's set. And looking at this as base level, I'm obviously not going to create my roof on my basement floor. So I'll just set that base level to be TOP. So it's going to run up to there. And now we're going to come over here. And I want to set this, so there's my overhang, grab my line tool. And I'm going to work my overhang off of that, whoops, lost my overhang. There we go. Working my overhang off of this particular point on my footer, because that's what things are going to line up with. All right, so drawing on the basement plan, but actually still working with the normal roof. So go ahead and use that cleanup tool, get this to clean up with that. And now let's get rid of the defined slope over here. And should be able to hit the green check, go back and look at my 3D view, and there's my roof sitting up top where it should be. And it really should, I believe these actually all have reverse gables on them. They're not hipped, so I'm going to fix that right now before we go any further. Select the roof, select that front line, go ahead and turn off define slope, and that'll get rid of that. Good. We'll do the same thing here, clean this up, and we will get this front line to turn off slope also. There we go. All right, so those two are in position. Let's go ahead and join this with the house roof here. So we'll go ahead, grab my roof, grab my join tool, grab the edge, then grab the face of the roof, and it cleans up. There we go. All right, now let's go ahead and get this little shed roof in here, the single pitch running up over top of this area. The roof should look something like this when we're finished, cleaning up this little area in here. All right, so let's go ahead and do that now. Okay, so now we're going to go back to our first floor. Again, we're going to start working with creating this roof. I'm going to grab the roof tool, grab my line tool, make sure my overhang is set to 12 inches. And now we're going to run down here and start drawing in the front edge of this roof. Now, the only roof that actually has slope is going to be this front edge. The rest of these are not going to have slope, so I'm just going to let them be the way they are for now. And then I'm going to go in and turn off the slope here. I'm going to turn off the slope here, and this also, because the shed roof, this is going to generate slope is from this side only, and that slope will also currently set, let's go ahead and get this set up at an 812 because that's what everything else is set to. And then we're going to go ahead and join these together. So I'm not really too concerned about the right and the left or the back as far as length is concerned, because they should actually get cleaned up here for me in the join. But we do want this to be set to TOP. We want the base level, all that to be good. There we go. So let's go ahead and finish this out. Let's go take a look at the roof. So now we got this roof, and this thing is floating way up here in the sky. Well, obviously the pitch is not going to work. So First thing you have to do is let's start bringing that pitch down, and let's go and kind of start this out. Let's make this a 6, because you got to get this thing down below these 2 peaks to make this work. So 6 is going to be kind of tight right there. So let's even go further. Let's go down to a 5, and we're bringing the roof down. There we go. So now I'm down at least below or close to down below this pitch. Maybe we want to even do 4.5 to get it down there. There it is. All right, so now it's down and inside there. That's important because you don't want this thing spreading out over the roof. You want it to valley up on these 2 roofs. And as I actually look at this again, I'm going to hold this and turn. I'm wondering if it needs to go down even a little further. As this thing is going to come up, it is going to spread out above here. So I'm going to drop this down even more. Let's go. Let's drop this down to 4 and say 3/4 to 12. So now let's go ahead and start putting the valleys together. So we'll grab this join tool, and I want to go ahead and I can select that edge and select this face that valleyed out. Good. Let's go ahead and keep working our way around. We'll grab this top edge and then the large face of the roof that valleyed. And now the last valley, I'm going to have to turn here a little bit, and that's going to be this edge and this face. So now you can see how this all valleyed out and has a nice cleaned edges here to work with on this particular roof. Okay, so I hope this helps explain a little bit about how to do some reverse gables, how to join some roofs together, and keep you moving forward on putting the roof on your home.